Morning, morning, morning. Hi, this is Sister Nzinga from Flowing and Growing with Sister Nzinga. Let me first apologize. Today is Wednesday, and yesterday, if you check out my Facebook page, I shared what I was doing yesterday. Oh, I had so much fun, and I'm sorry I didn't get to doing my video, but I'm here today. Hey, thank you for those watching. Thank you for those who subscribe, and especially those people that click on the notification bell, because every time I do a video, boom, you get a little bees, and let you know that I'm here. I did another video, and my subscribers, I'm just thank you, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here, and I'm grateful for that. So yeah, so we flowing and growing. We moving and grooving. We working on emancipating ourselves from mental slavery, because none but ourselves can free our minds. So that saying that if it is to be, it's up to me. This is true. We are free to make choices, and this is a choice that you are going to have to make for yourself to combat the situation that we're in today. Because we're at war. This is to save your soul and to provide a future for your children, grandchildren. So we're at battle with this society, because this society they don't give a damn about certain people, things, that have value. It may not have no value to them, but has big value, to yourself or to someone else. So as they go along creating shit, that we have to make a choice to whether we want to participate or not. And so you have to decide whether you're going to participate or not. They create narratives. So do you go along to get along, or because you can't think for yourself? Man, think. It ain't illegal yet. It ain't illegal yet. And you see some shit that they're doing. Can you believe that they brought Jim Crow back? What? Like, really? I mean, this is serious. They really don't see that they have made things for us to be deficient as a human being. And they're going to come back to that shit. But anyway, that's what I'm saying, y'all. This shit is real. And so what we have to think about is, on my last video, I was talking about that we have to start doing something. Start doing one thing, and then another thing. It is a process. I don't know how old you are, but you're old enough to be able to watch it, have a phone. So you at least should be 18 years old. So that means you've been living your life, and you've been living under this narrative that someone else has created for you. When are you going to start creating your own narratives? When are you going to start making decisions for yourself? Just because this is what everybody else does, you don't have to do it. For real. Even though your mama did it, your daddy did, your husband, sister, brother, whoever, that don't mean you have to do it. You're able to make decisions for yourself. Some of this shit that they make, it just don't make sense. So just say, okay, well, oh really? Okay, well, I think that shit never even happened. Just don't participate. Don't go along. Don't wear it. Don't buy it. Especially don't buy it. We're the biggest consumers. Because let me tell you this. These are just rough numbers. But, we're in a society where these people they talk about stuff on the news. Wait a minute, I'm going to sidetrack for a minute before I even do that. Haven't you noticed that when the news comes on, it ain't nothing but negative news? Nothing but this person got killed, this bank got robbed, this person was in a car accident, this person stole money from this people, or these people lied about this. It's nothing but negative news. There's no more reporting of good stuff. This 8-year-old invented such and such and such, or this all boys school, and 100% of the boys graduated and got and are going to college. Anything positive, uplifting. But all of it is to bring you down. And that's where you go, down. And you go right along with them, down, because you follow that bullshit that they talking. Turn that shit off. That's bad vibes. I mean, we do need to know what's going on in the world, around us. But other ways you can get it. You don't have to watch the news every day to get it. But my point what I wanted to make is that they report on, okay, there's a majority of white people who stole all the money. I would say they got the money because they stole it all, or somebody else did all the work, and they ain't did a damn thing, but they just got the money. So 40%, just say roughly 40% of them have wealth. 60% of them don't. They don't even talk about that 60% of them. It's their own people, their own kind. Well, I will say the own kind, what they call their own kind, because, there could be another conversation we could have, because, there's really no such thing as black or white and all that kind of stuff. That bullshit was created. There were just people on the earth, and then there's different reasons why people look the way they are because of different regions that they came from, but that's a whole nother video. But they don't even talk about their own 60% that are in poverty, and making us think that we're wrong, because what they do for us as what they call black people, our top 40%, our top 60% are the ones of us that are doing well. We survived all this bullshit. All of them, they tortured us, hung us from trees, and dragged us from trucks, and locked us up, beat us up, raped us. But that's 40% of us. But 60% of us are doing well. Considering. So they don't report on their lower parts of them, and they don't report on the larger part of us that are doing well. All you do is talk about the 40% of us that's doing well, that fell for the okie doke and got up and caught up in their bullshit and not doing well, and fell to their narrative, and is living their life according to their narrative, and that's what they want to talk about. So sometimes that's what I'm saying. We have to think about the information that's being put out. Well, that's not me. That's not who I am, or most of my friends ain't this or that other. You know what I'm saying? So we really do have to go through this life, and we have to think every day. We have to dissect the shit that they're giving us and see if it applies to you. If it don't apply to you, just let it fly. And like, again, you don't have to agree with their narrative. You can create your own narratives. They put this in this little box and say, well, black people do this, black people do that, black people do that. White people do this, white people do that. That shit ain't true. It's only true because you fall for it. If you look at your own self, and maybe people that your surroundings and so forth, and that this shit's not true, so don't fall for it. Create your own narratives. We're free to create our own narratives. And so as we continue to want to work on ourselves, then, like I said, start with just doing a few things. And then you just do the next thing and the next thing and the next thing until you get to the point that you're free from this bullshit. And even if it means that you have to leave America. There's a whole world out here, y'all. You seen the globe? That's a debate whether the world is flat or round. That's a whole nother conversation too. You know what I'm saying? But it's a big place. We came up in we were born, well, I would say life started in a warmer climate. Beautiful trees, food, plentiful, all that kind of stuff. So we need to get back into that. And they tell us that, that we don't need the sun to stay out the sun. No, y'all need to stay out the sun. They need to stay out the sun. We don't need to stay out the sun. We need the sun. We need vitamin D as a people. And even me, I'm the light skinned. I'm one of the lightest versions of the African descendant people. But I still need the sun because of my DNA. So things that they tell us, you really have to take it with a grain of salt, because at this day and age that the shit that they tell us is not the truth. And we cannot trust them. So when they report to say do this, that, and the other, really think for yourself. How many of y'all really did take something from my last video and have started to do something? Talk back to me. Put some comments in there. Did this work for you? Did you try something and now you see that, wow, if I do it this way, it's better for me? Or this feels better, or this didn't cost as much if I tried it this way. Because everything that they do, they tell you that we should do, it's all about them. Ultimately, it is with intentions. And intentions is for them to make money off of us. That's why they have more money than we do. They have more opportunities than we do. So don't look at yourself, don't look bad upon yourself that that you don't have or whatever, because all those things are material things that ain't that damn important. And if you end up spending your money on it, thinking that makes you a better person, you end up seeing eventually that it doesn't make you a better person. It just lowers the amount of money that you got in your checking account, your bank account. We really do have to get into thinking for ourselves, y'all. Because if we don't, we just continue to go down this rabbit hole that leads to nowhere. It leads to lies and cheating and deceit. It's not a good thing. So I hope that from last week that some of you have taken the notes, taken the time, the initiative is what I want. The initiative to to try something for yourself, to do something different. You're not going to do anything different if you don't do something different. So you can't sit there and complain that about this or that, or we ain't this and that. But if you're not doing anything to participate to help with this cause for us, then you can't complain. I don't want to say shut the hell up. That's what I really do want to say. I don't want to say it, but I just did it, huh? Yeah, because you can't sit there and complain about and then you participating. And I'm just saying, we do know that there's so much stuff that has been lies, and we have to stop this lying to our children when we know it's not true, even though we continue to, some people continue to live in this narrative that they're doing. And then you tell your children the same thing when you know it ain't the truth, because in conversations with your friends, whatever, you talk about, man, this don't make no sense how this, that. But then you tell your children the same thing. You allow your children to participate in the same old stuff. I mean, come on. So start doing something different. You want something different, you must do something different. It's not going to work by you just saying and talking about it or complaining. So I'm just saying that we're in a situation that only we can get out of. They just recently, I just said about this Jim Crow thing, and then they're talking about the reparations thing. And I know I'm just kind of I don't know about the reparations thing, but they I'm not going to give my opinion about the reparations thing because I haven't studied enough to really see what's really going on. But you see that there are states and areas that are talking about it. But did you see that these people have come up with trying to pass a bill that says if this particular state, I'll take Delaware because that's where I'm from, Delaware. Well, that's not I was born. I ain't from there. But if Delaware participates, and they're not even talking about giving no reparations, it's talking about just participating in the conversations and realizing that this is something that really needs to be done. If your state participates, they're trying to pass a bill to say that the government will no longer fund you for anything that you need. That means that state can no longer go to the government for anything if you are just only having conversations about reparations for black people. They didn't give the Chinese reparations. They didn't give the Jew people reparations. They didn't give made laws for all this. I mean, all these other different sectors that they didn't made up, and giving money to all these things to fund all this stuff. But they don't even want these people to have a conversation about reparations for black people. And we ain't asking for shit. We're just saying reparations about repairing the fact that they brought us over here and they worked us, they didn't pay us, and now they are benefiting. So we're talking about repairing some shit that they did. But they're saying that if a state participates in the conversations of the possibility of having reparations for black people, then they're going to cut their ass off. So do you see how sick these people are? And do you see how much they don't want us to achieve? But you guys, you need to know that anything that we do, we exceed in. Do you know there's a brother from, I think he's from the UK somewhere. And he's doing tennis. And he's doing some miraculous shit. He's like jumping up in the air, hitting the ball back between his legs. And he's turning backwards and getting the thing back. He's doing some bad shit. So can you see that anything that we do, like what we do, like when we started getting in gymnastics, look at the way that we're doing the females that we have that are doing gymnastics, how they are excelling. Look at the running the track. Sisters from Jamaica, from Kenya, and all that. They participate in this thing from America, all this kind of stuff. And look how we are exceeding. They know that. They know that we are who we are. We need to know that we're so powerful that anything we put our mind to, that we could do it. Stop doing what they say. Go to school, go to college. Because if you go to school, they've already brainwashed you to the fact that once you do get a college degree, that you're going to live your life according to their ideas, not your own. So, I mean, you don't want to pay for this damn degree and still paying for it after you get the degree. But then you're going to go and you're going to use your education not for your own good, but for somebody else's good. This is the brainwashing shit, y'all. I mean, there's so many things I could talk about that we need to make decisions on for ourselves and do things that will benefit us as a people. I mean, even if you don't want to benefit all the black people, just benefit as yourself, because as you grow and succeed, we succeed too. That's a point for us. I mean, we should be wanting to do things, for ourselves. Of course, you got to do self-preservation is number one rule in the law. So when you're doing it for yourself, your family, your community, and then for the people, and then on for the world, it will just automatically trickle down. And because you what you call black, it means that's a point up for the black people. Why not want to do this? That time that there was black people that was speaking against Jill Scott for singing that song the way she did when she changed the word to the national anthem. That's some bullshit. It says this ain't the land of the free. This is the land of the slaves. We the one to own this shit. We should be owning it because we the one that built it. We the ones who put the labor in that make these people rich. We the ones that create shit for this people to function. By we creating the elevator, we creating the traffic light, we the one that did this. So why come we shouldn't get some reparations? Because they have put our thumb down on us and holding us down. Purposely, intentionally. So y'all, there's some shit going on. If you don't think, I'm just saying. If you, each individual, ain't doing something about it, then you're the enemy too. I can't believe that there was black people saying, that was speaking against the fact that she changed the word to that song. They really are serious about defending the national anthem? Have they lived in this world? What the have they lived there? This ain't no damn land of free. No. I mean, so I can't believe. So this is just a clear example of the mindset that they have controlled of us. Go to YouTube and look up the Jill Scott thing and look and see how there's black people on there saying, "Well, I cannot believe that she would say something like that. I cannot believe that she would speak against America like that. This beautiful place, America, is this." What the hell? What hole are you in, sister or brother? What the hell? What hole are you in when you think that America is good for you? So y'all, I'm telling you, think it ain't illegal yet. Take that step. Do something for your own damn self. Build your wealth. Build up something that you can leave for your children. Build up something that will help, that, in 10 years from now, that this shit don't get worse. How worse can it be? You know what I'm saying? How worse can it be? You living in it. How worse can it be? And like I said, get the hell out of America. There's so many places that you could go where you could live with your money and your skills, that you could make more money and you could live less expensive and be happier, and you could be free, you could be healthier. All that. Consider it, please, for your own damn good. If you don't want to do it for nobody else, do it for your own black self. All right, y'all. Peace and love. God loves you, so do I. Thanks again to all the people that listen, subscribe, and set the notification buzzer so whenever I do a video, you get a notice about it, so you can listen to what I'm saying. If you enjoy listening, which I hope you do. So, I'll talk to you later. Peace and love. I love you.